Hey, this is Corey from Self-Reliance, and I want to talk about how 3D printing, personal preparedness, and self-reliance should all coexist with each other, right? And I think there are three main reasons why that is true. And the first one is that it puts manufacturing in your own home, right? So here I have an egg carton. This holds a dozen eggs. It's stackable. And what it allows us to do is it allows us to buy eggs in bulk. And so Caroline buys flats of eggs. She buys 2 flats of eggs, which is 60 eggs, which comes out to 5 dozen eggs. And so we pay a lot of money up front, but we pay a lot less per egg, right? And so even though we have to come up with a large sum of money up front, we're saving money in the long run, and these allow us to take care of those eggs and store them because this takes up a much smaller footprint than the flats, and because they're stackable, we can take advantage of the height of the shelves inside of our refrigerator. Instead of taking up the entire shelf with eggs, we can take up a smaller part just higher up. And so what this allows me to do is print what I need when I need it, and I don't care if the company discontinues them. I don't care if the company goes out of business. I don't care if they modify this and make it a little bit bigger. How many times have you done that? You buy Tupperware and they new and improve the Tupperware, and so even though you buy the exact same set, the new lids don't fit on the old lids because they made them better, right? And so now you have to separate the lids from the new ones to the old ones. You bought something that needed whatever, and they discontinued it, and so then you have to find another company that makes the same thing. Well, of course, it's a little bit different, so they don't stack together as nicely. I don't care about any of that, because what I have is I have the capability of making one of these whenever I want. As long as I have filament and electricity, I can make an exact replica of this, and it doesn't matter if it's today, tomorrow, 5, 10, 20 years from now. As long as I have this file, which I have stored on my computer, and I have it stored on an external hard drive, and my 3D printer, also you can use a USB storage drive, and you can plug it directly into the printer. And so on the USB storage drive, I have the things that I might need later in life. I have them on there. So even if I have no computer, no internet, no anything, as long as I have the 3D printer, I can plug that USB jump drive in, and I can print one of these, and I can print one of these, and other things that I know that I might need in the future, I have stored on there. So as long as my 3D printer works and I have filament and electricity, I can 3D print one of these, and it's going to fit with all my older ones. It's going to be an exact replica of what I have. Same with this. This is a to-go container. The lids, right? They're hard to stack. They're hard to, you put them in a drawer and they fall behind the drawer. Then you can't close the bottom drawer because the lids are jammed up, have them jammed up. You try to stack them on a shelf and they're always falling over. So I 3D printed this red thing so that I can store these. If one of these arms breaks off, I'll just 3D print another one. Again, I don't have to worry about any company. I don't have to worry about things being discontinued, being out of stock, prices going up. I don't care about any of that, right? It gives me the ability to make what I need when I need it. And as long as I have that file stored on my computer or an external hard drive or wherever I need it, I can print whatever I need to print whenever I want. All right, so the second thing I kind of got into a little bit, but it is quantity and money savings / you get more for your money, okay? And so the example that I have for this is whistles. Now, there's something inside of me that just does not want to spend money on whistles. I own 2 whistles. One is a Coughlin's whistle that has a thermometer and a magnifying glass in it, and my son got it for me with his own money a few years ago, and I take it with me on every backpacking and camping trip I go on because it's got sentimental value. And then the second whistle I own is a Tops Knives whistle that I got free when I got my Tops Bob's Fieldcraft knife. And so that's it. Those are the only whistles I own. And yes, I know they're important. Yes, I know you should have them. And now that I have a 3D printer, I have the ability, so I have 3 whistles here. This one's about the size of a zipper pull. These 2 are the same size and shape. It's just this one's a little bit thicker. And this thicker one is the loudest, right? And I can print all 3 of these for 2 cents worth of filament, meaning I can print 50 of these for $1, right? So I can get a ton of these whistles for not a lot of money, which makes it very easy for me to have a large quantity of whistles or a large quantity of really anything that I want, right? And so I plan on, one of the things is when you have just a little bit of filament left on a roll, a lot of people just throw it away because it's not, when you use up one roll and then you have to go and you have to swap out another roll, usually those 2 don't jive together. They either shift, so you have a layer shift and then you have this weird ripple in the print, or they don't stick as well, or it usually causes some kind of an issue. And so people don't like, when you get down to the last little bit of a roll, people just throw it away. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make whistles. I'm going to have a whole bunch of whistles that I made instead of throwing that filament away. And I can put one in every jacket, every kit. I can give them away to family members. I can give them away. I can put them in my family members' coats and different things. Like, I can make a ton of these little whistles and have them everywhere. I can put one in every single room in my house. So if something happens, I can blow the whistle, get people's attention. Because it's not costing me hardly anything at all, especially if I use up that little bit of filament that I've been throwing away, I can make one of these instead, I'm basically using what I'm throwing away, so it costs me nothing but time. And again, I can make 100, I can make 200, I can make 500 of these little whistles and do whatever I need to do with them. And so the fact that it puts manufacturing here at home, it gives me the ability to make something myself instead of relying on a manufacturer, instead of relying on, again, some other company doing it for me. I can make it myself. I can make as many as I want and at a much more affordable price than it would be if I bought a bunch of whistles online, right? If I went to Amazon right now, I'd be spending a lot more than $1 for 50 of these things. And so that's my number 2. Number 2 is it makes things that you want, need, accessible, and at any quantity you need for a much cheaper price than it would be if I went out online and I bought 200 of these whistles. It'd be expensive, but I can make them very easily myself and it won't cost me much money at all. All right, so the third and final thing is it gives me the power to make and modify exactly what I need. So here I have Caroline's favorite chef knife. This is a Victorinox 5.2063.20 8-inch chef knife. This is her favorite chef knife. She loves this thing. The problem with it is it does not come with any sheath or anything. It just comes with a little thin sleeve for shipping purposes. And that thin little sleeve, it worked for a while, but then it got a hole in it and then it ripped more and more. And so she stored this inside of a drawer, and the stuff inside that drawer just ate this thing alive. I was sharpening it all of the time, and the edge was getting damaged. I found this for free. All of this stuff is for free. I downloaded everything for free. I found it either on Thingiverse, Printables, or MakerWorld. And you download it, you put it in your slicer, and you 3D print it. And the thing is you can't buy this, right? This isn't for sale. They don't manufacture these. The only way you can have this is if you 3D print it, or if you have somebody 3D print it for you. And this right here has protected this knife, so I sharpen this thing so much less than I used to because this is protecting that edge. It's still in the same drawer, it's still getting banged around, the sheath is taking the beating, not the knife. And so it's protecting our investment. This is a $50 knife. You can usually find it on sale for like $40. But it's protecting that investment, and it's making it so that it's sharp. When Caroline needs this, it works exactly the way it's supposed to work because this sheath is protecting it. The other thing is this. This is the file that I downloaded was this spool for cordage. I got some Zing-It that I'm going to put on here. It's for jute twine, but I'm going to put Zing-It on here. But I like this design. I like it a lot. And so I just took the same file and I sized it up 200%. So it's twice as wide, twice as tall, and twice as thick. And I'm going to use this one for paracord. And if this does not fit 100 feet of paracord, I'm going to take it, I'm going to make it longer so that it'll fit 100 feet better. You know what I mean? And so I can take it and I can make it exactly what I need. Even though this is the file I downloaded, this is the file that I got for free, I modified that file by making it bigger. I might have to make it longer, I'm not quite sure yet. But I can do that, and I can print it, and I can get exactly what I need, how I need it. Here's a drywall anchor that uses, so usually when you buy a drywall anchor like this, it comes with a little silver bolt looking thing that goes in here. This uses a standard drywall screw. So you put a regular drywall screw through here, and it fits, and it's right. And so again, I can buy a pound of drywall screws. I can fix the drywall with the screws, or I can use these anchors to anchor things to the wall. I can hang pictures, I can hang a mirror, I can do whatever I need to do. And I don't have to worry about this company going out of business. I don't have to worry about losing that little screw that came with this and now I can't use this anymore. I don't have to worry about anything. As long as they continue to make drywall screws, which is a standard thing, I can make this. Right? There's lots of different companies that make drywall screws. I can pick any one I want and this will work with it, which is awesome. This tarp clip, right? I can use this tarp clip whenever, however I want. And I can make it out of different materials. So this right here is for a trauma shear. It doesn't fit. I have to modify this to make it fit this specific trauma shear, which I'm going to do. But I'm printing this out of PLA. And PLA is very cheap, it's very affordable, it's very strong. The only problem with PLA is if you leave it in a hot vehicle, it gets soft, it starts to droop, and it doesn't keep its shape because of the hot car, right? And so what I can do is I can use the PLA to test fit this and make it, once I have it exactly what I need it to be, I can then print it in different materials. I can print it in ABS, which is what Legos are made out of, which most things are made out of ABS. I can print it out of carbon fiber. I can print it out of glass reinforced plastic. I can make it out of, there's so many, I can make it out of PETG. There's a lot of different plastics with a lot of different capabilities. There's even plastics with wood sawdust in it, and so it's wood. There's some with metal in there. There's so many different types of plastic that I can make this out of to make it as strong or as brittle as I want it to be. And so it gives me the capability of picking how strong it is, the different plastic. Like carbon fiber, they make car hoods out of carbon fiber. There are some high-end hundreds of $1,000 vehicles that have a carbon fiber body, right? It's super strong, super lightweight. And so you can make it out of a lot of different materials, and you can change the size, you can change the color, right? So if I have black Titan Survivor cord and black Atwood cord, I can't tell which is which. If I put the Atwood cord on this gray spool, I know that's the cheap Atwood cord, and I can cut it up and I can use it for whatever I want to use it for. But then I can print another one in orange, and I know that that orange one is the survivor cord, right? It's got the monofilament line in it. It's got the copper wire in it. I don't want to cut that up into smaller pieces. It's a more expensive paracord, and I don't want to waste it on random things around the house. I want to keep it 100 feet, and I want to make sure that I'm not using that and destroying it, because it is so much more expensive than the Atwood cord, right? So by changing its color, these whistles, I can make whistles that are orange and so they stick out. So if I drop them in the woods, I can easily see them, right? If I take them camping with me and they're orange or they're red, I can see them a lot more easily if they're a high-vis color instead of black. It gives me the capability of making exactly what I need, exactly how I need it to be, and it gives me so much more self-reliance. It gives me the ability to make exactly what I need, and I know, no matter when, again, I can print this off tomorrow, and I know for a fact it will stack nicely with all my other ones. It will fit eggs the exact same as all my other ones. 10 years from now, I can print it, and it will stack nicely with all my other ones. It'll fit eggs exactly the same as all my other ones. I don't have to worry about anything I don't have to worry about the manufacturer changing it. I don't have to worry about it being in stock. I don't have to worry about price changes or it becoming unaffordable. I don't have to worry about them discontinuing the product and it just doesn't exist anymore. I don't have to worry about the company just going out of business and nothing they make exists anymore. I don't have to worry about makes and models, because maybe one company makes one and then another one makes it, but it's a little bit different. I don't remember which company I bought it from. I don't have to worry about it. I printed it myself. I own the file. I can print this, and it's going to be exactly the same no matter what. As long as I have a 3D printer, filament, and electricity, I can make this whenever I want. And that is, it's made me feel so much more self-reliant. It's given me so many more capabilities. One of the things, routing circles. It's not easy routing a circle that is exactly the size you need, or using a jigsaw to cut out a circle. It's not as easy as people think. There are jigs that you can buy to make those circles. I have thought about buying one of those jigs for a long time now. I just haven't. I created a stand for the dog bowls because she keeps moving them all around. So by putting them inside of a stand, they stay stationary and they don't wander around her room everywhere. And cutting out those circles wasn't easy. And I swore the next time I cut circles, I'm going to have a jig, but they're kind of expensive. And so I'm waiting until I actually need it. Well, I want to make her a new dog's bowl stand that fits her a little bit more. The one that I have right now is a little bit too tall for her. I want to make it different. And so when I make the other one, I was going to buy the circle thing that I can attach to my router to cut circles. Now I have the file on hand to 3D print one. I'm going to 3D print the thing so I don't have to buy it. And if I need it a little bit bigger, I'll print it a little bit bigger. If I need it a little bit smaller, I'll print it a little bit smaller. I can make it exactly how I need it to be. And that capability has just made my life so much easier. It's made it easier. It's made it more affordable because, like I said, those things are expensive. It's made it so that I have, my son always wants little fidget toys, right? I'm not spending money on something he's going to play with for 5 minutes, get bored with, and then never see again. But I can 3D print these things for 50 cents, 60 cents, right? And it's allowing me the opportunity to get more familiar with my 3D printer. It makes me more familiar with how different things work. I'm using these little fidget toys as practice for 3D printing more important things, right? And so instead of paying a lot of money for these fidget toys for him to play with. I've just been printing them out, and he's been super happy. He's got Flexi Rexies and little clamping sharks and little fidget movers and stuff, and he loves them. But again, he plays with them for like 5 minutes, and then he's bored with them, and then he doesn't care about them anymore, like I knew he would. But the practice I'm getting out of it is worth it. The fact that he's enjoying those prints is just a bonus, right? And so again, the money I'm saving, the abilities that it's giving me, I feel so much better knowing that if something happens, I can 3D print a solution, right? And I don't have to worry about anything. And as soon as I learn how to use Blender and I can create my own 3D models, so I can take like this remote, if the back breaks, as soon as I learn how to 3D model, I can 3D model the back plate of this, and then I can print it, and then I can fix this remote with plastic. This is a plastic remote. I can fix it, and I can create what I need when I need it. And those capabilities that are just, it's made me feel so much more self-reliant. It's made me feel so much more prepared. I know that if something were to happen, I can 3D print a solution and I can take care of that problem. If there's a lot of files online. There are hundreds of files online that are free. Even if I never learn how to make 3D models, I can still make exactly what I need just based on the free stuff online. Not to mention the paid stuff online. You can pay for files that are exactly what you need. You can pay 3D modelers, you can send them your problem, and they can 3D model your solution and then sell that solution to you, right? You pay for their services. There are models that you can pay for. I'm only telling you about the free stuff right now. So the capabilities are wild. I love it so much. I'm going to be talking about it more. It's not going to be the focus of this channel. I'm not going to be talking about it all the time, but every time I figure out something really cool, I'm definitely going to bring it up. Every time I see something that makes me feel a lot more self-reliant, a lot more prepared, I'm going to bring it up because, again, it's just that the capabilities make me feel so much better, and I want you to have those same capabilities. I want you to feel what I feel because I feel like it's taking me to a whole nother level, right? And so if you're looking to take your self-reliance, your personal preparedness to another level, 3D printer might be the way to do that. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, I consider you subscribed because I got a lot more videos coming up. Caroline's got a video where she's going to be talking about her favorite kitchen gadgets that have made cooking not only easier but more fun. And so I'm excited for that video. And so subscribe if you haven't already. I cannot wait to see you on my next video.